Planned wars, murders, diseases, and more have appeared during this year, the year of the most remarkable events of the 21st century, 2020. It started on January 3rd when the murder of Qasem Soleimani, former chief of the Iranian Quds Force, and it was America's most significant attack in the Middle East in many years. Donald Trump ordered the bombing of the vehicle in which Soleimani was traveling. At the time, it was speculated that his death could unleash a war, something that ultimately did not happen. On February 5th, Donald Trump lobbied Ukrainian leaders to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. After months of investigation and public hearings, the House of Representatives accused Trump of abuse of presidential power and obstruction of Congress and sent Trump's request for dismissal to the Senate. There, the Republican majority prevailed, which acquitted Trump of all charges. In March, the World Health Organization declared pandemic of coronavirus.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The organization declared an outbreak of coronavirus around the world, with alarming levels of spread and contagion. In April, the oil prices collapsed and came to touch negative values. Producers began paying to get rid of the crude oil. The phenomenon became known as Black April, and the reasons were many. It began with a trade war between major producers, and with the COVID-19, travel restrictions and mobility across the globe decreased. On May 25th, the Afro-American citizen George Floyd was killed by police. His death generated a huge number of protests in 400 U.S. cities. Millions of people mobilized, and the Black Lives Matter movement gained more strength than ever before. On July 15th, Twitter suffered the biggest hack in its history. More than 130 accounts of very famous and important people were hacked by scammers who posted messages asking for Bitcoin transfers. Hacked accounts included Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Kanye West, Apple, Bill Gates, Uber, Michael Bloomberg, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and the list goes on. On August 4th, an explosion at a depot in Beirut, Lebanon, left 177 dead and 6,500 injured. It all started with a fire in a warehouse where there were 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, a material used both as fertilizer and to make explosives. On October 25th, Chile held a national plebiscite to determine whether citizenship was for or against drafting a new constitution. The result was strong. 78.28% of Chileans voted to approve the drafting of a new Magna Carta, while only 21.72% voted for rejection. The worst hurricane season recorded in recent history started.
Rapid intensification.
Central America was hit by catastrophic hurricanes such as Eta and Iota, which were the most dangerous ones in this region, making Iota the strongest of the 2020 season in the Atlantic. On November 4th, Joe Biden won the election in the United States, experiencing a very intense election day. Early counts favored Donald Trump, but upon entering the mail-issued ballots, Joe Biden came to the front and eventually prevailed as the winner of the election. December started with good news, and it is that the coronavirus vaccine begins to be applied, where there were significant advances in coronavirus vaccines, which began receiving government approvals, starting a gigantic global vaccination campaign that will run 2021. The main vaccines are from Moderna, Pfizer, BioNTech, Oxford, AstraZeneca, and Sputnik V. Despite all these negative events and many other relevant news during this year, the humankind has endured hopes in a better, brighter future. So, what do we expect for the times to come in 2021?